Hi guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on any of my videos. I do sincerely appreciate your time. If you haven't been here before, I just like to sit and chit chat with my friends about my crochet journey, and I hope you'll enjoy your time while you're here. So November's kind of just flying by. I can't even believe that we're already on December 7th, 8th, something. I don't know what day it is today. And so I've had the blanket project, so I'm still working on that in the background. And I kind of needed to take a break from that. I was getting overloaded on square ideology and connecting things. And, I worked so hard on my own blanket. And now I've got, I want to revamp my energy to work on your blanket as well. So that's still in the background. Please forgive me for not being finished with that already. But I did some other things in the meantime. There's this scarf that I showed the yarn in the thumbnail. This is Ella Rae Sport yarn, as you can see here, and it is a 3.52 ounce ball, 100 grams for 350 yards. It's 50% wool and 50% acrylic. So here is the rest of those specs if you want to take a look at those. And I had 3 of these cakes. I bought them. Now I don't quite remember where I bought them. Oh, I did. These were from the store in Illinois, I think called the Bead Shop. I'll have to look that up. I'm so sorry. But the colorway is called Monteverde. And I thought that 350 yards for, what you're feeling like a small cake in your hand, 350 yards was quite a bit. So I had been seeing, and the colorway is just gorgeous. Take another look at that, because it is just fabulous. And I remember when I bought it, there were a couple that were sort of similar. Like this one was mostly green with some colors. There was another one that was like mostly red with kind of the same side colors and so forth. So again, 3 of these, wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. Ended up just making, using one of them for this make. So I had found this pattern. I'm not sure where I found it, but I had saved it for a while now. It's one of those where one night where I'm not quite feeling like crocheting, actual crocheting, but I do want to be in a yarny space. So I might go online to different pattern websites and just kind of browse to see what might interest me later and then save those patterns. So this Holy Guacamole is one that I had out there for some time and was just kind of waiting for the right yarn for it. It used a 4mm hook, a G hook, and it's just a great little pattern of, clusters. There's 5 double crochets here, and then you chain 5 and skip 5 and do a row of single crochets on the next round to make your base to do the double crochets in. So I made mine into a cowl because one cake was kind of made it for a short scarf. And I really didn't want to dig into any of the other cakes, but you can see just the beautiful color. Look at that vibrant blue. I just love that so much. And all the different greens. I was kind of feeling Christmassy with, the greens and the reds and stuff like that. And so when I first started to make it, the holes did not quite open up, and I thought I was really going to have to block it, but I didn't block it. I just did a slip stitch around the edges together, and so it's a nice size. You could double it over if you wanted to. Just turn it, so I'm not choking. I still have tons of room in here, and you can kind of position it if you like different colors better than the others. So some people are like a blue people, and you're going to put the blue in the front. Some people are more like the red, want the red in the front. So it's not too bad of a length if you're not doubling it over. You just want to wear it, single file or whatever. So that was a lot of fun to make. It was kind of my brain dead thing on the back burner. Here's where I connected the 2 edges together, so it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, just kind of, it was what I was working on in the background. I could pick up with a stitch count of only 5. And the short width of the scarf there, it wasn't too, like, I don't like to put projects down that I really have to think about. That always makes me nervous. Like, you have to get in the right mindset to pick back up your pattern, And so this one was just 5 and 5 and 5, and then on the end there's 3 double crochets on each end. So sometimes then you would, you know, do 8 across before your chain to make the next hole. So it was a lot of fun I'm not going to say a lot of fun. It was a nice one to make. I checked it off my list. I used this Ella Rae Sport yarn for the first time, and I had something going on in the background. You know, when my brain is heavy in the background, I just need something that I'm not thinking about. And so just counting 5 at a time was a real good one. And I think it's pretty neutral. I don't think that this is, you know, looks extra girly or looks super manly or anything. So I think it could kind of go for anybody. So that was a fun project. Again, not a fun project. It's always good to have something that challenges you, but then it's also good to have something that you can just be mindless at. So that's what was going on with that. And then I talked a little bit about at work we were going to do a Christmas gift exchange with another department. So there were 14 of us and 15. And so I'm kind of in the mindset, not mindset, but boy, I correct myself a lot. I enjoyed doing teacher gifts when my kids were still in school. And so now that they're not, and, you know, my kids are grown-ups, and, you know, I'm looking for a little bit more of the small pieces of Christmas that you can enjoy just here and here and here. So I did want to make these little Christmas ornaments for each of the people that were going to be in, you know, the people in my department and the people in the sister department that we were exchanging gifts with. So my favorite idea was the little Christmas, the little angels with the praying hands. However, those hands were the trickiest and the most time consuming. So it's really great that you make up just some round, you know, a round for the body of the angel and a round for the face of the angel. And then the wings are a real easy piece to make as well. So I kind of assembly lined. I made like 5 pieces of each, and then I was going to go back and put them all together. The hands are just 3 chains. So you have to tie on, do 3 tiny little chains, tie off, you know, sew the hands together at the base, and then hide all that yarn. So I'm not, you know, maybe my first one I thought, oh, this one worked out good. You know, that one looks okay. But as I kept going with them, and, you know, I was getting tired, it was in the evening kind of thing, and those hands were just persnickety. So I made a limited amount of those. And then I really wanted to make these sweaters. So again, our gift exchange was supposed to be unisex because we've got one gentleman in the group and everybody else is female. So we did want to make the gift exchange, you know, a unisex thing so that anybody could get any gift. And so I was kind of thinking with my ornaments that I wanted to make something that maybe the boy would pick over the other things. You know, maybe he thought that it was too girly. All the other things were too girly. And so I was trying to make this sweater, and it just took a lot longer than I wanted it to. I made the first one, and then I thought, you know what, there were some striped colored sweaters that I wanted to make, and I just ended up not doing that, and I just made the one sweater. And then the rest were the stockings that were just so much fun to just mix and match the yarns that I had. There was this kind of sagey color green that was just a scrap left over, and I ran out of that. I really liked using that one with this group, so I wish I had a little bit more of that. But some of the other stuff that I used, the Basic Stitch by Lion Brand, this anti-pilling yarn, and it is called Two Pines. So you see all the different greens in there. I like this one. I made a blanket last year. I made squares with this on the inside, and then I did red and some white and some red on the outside. And then with my Christmas, same group of people, I drew names and let somebody take this blanket home and either, you know, have it as a gift for themselves or for somebody in their family, or I encouraged them, if they had no place else to put it, take it to their community chest at work. At church. So somebody could always use it. There was also a red color that I was using that was called Red Heather. So beautiful standard red color there. Again, with a Lion Brand Basic Stitch anti-pilling yarn. So, and then the white, I recently purchased some of this to go with some other yarn that I had, and it was too thick. Oh, okay, you guys remember my sweater, my Harry Potter sweater that I just made was with just yarn. And so initially I had bought this white yarn to go with it, and it was much thicker than the just yarn that I had. So I used the white from that to go with this project as well. And then I was trying to make a little Santa hat, and I don't think it looked like a Santa hat at all, so I didn't even take it to the Christmas exchange. You're supposed to do a little pom-pom, and I made one, and it just looked ugly, and I didn't care for it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it's just a little, and it was fun little puff stitches around the edges. So this was a cute little project if yours turns out a little better looking than mine. I kind of think that the Santa hat should be a little pointier, and it didn't turn out pointy enough in my opinion. So I didn't give that one out. So those were my ornaments there that I shared. And then it's always fun when you're in a gift exchange to see that the person that got your gift really enjoys it. And so I ended up buying like this charcuterie board that had 3 little utensils for your cheese cutting and olive stabbing, I guess, or whatever, and then a little round dish for some dip or sauce or something that you would eat with it. So gift exchanges or gift, exchange games where you're stealing your neighbor's gift, things like that, those can be fun. And doing the unisex gifts this year was interesting as well. I'm kind of glad for it. I'm not really like a lotions and candles kind of person. So I kind of cheated a little bit. A lot of people were having really nice bags that were beautiful bags, and at least if you didn't like what was inside, you had a nice bag for the next time or whatever. The bag I chose was very plain, and we did it a little interestingly. So the rules are always different as far as this kind of steal the present game goes, and I've never played it where you held on to your gift, and so everybody at the table knew who brought what. So I happened to choose the gift that the gentleman in our group brought. I thought that might be kind of a safe bet. He wouldn't be too girly in anything that he bought. So I'm not even mad. I got 2 bottles of wine. Now, Cabernet Sauvignon is red wine. My husband will enjoy that and we'll cook with it, I'm sure, as well. And this was one that I had never seen before. We've seen the yellowtail label before, but this Sauvignon, it's a Sauvignon Blanc, but it's called Sauvignon Blanc. Let me read the back. So it says 19 crimes turned convicts into colonists. Upon conviction, British rogues guilty of at least one of the 19 crimes were sentenced to live in Australia rather than death. For the rough-hewn prisoners who made it to shore, a new world awaited. As prisoners in a frontier penal colony, they forged a new country and new lives brick by brick. 19 Crime Sauvignon Blanc honors their brave contribution. To learn more about this and similar stories, please visit us at 19crimes.com. The game rules are all different, whether you can steal things multiple times. We stole them while they were still wrapped, which was kind of weird. But so it was a successful Christmas gift exchange. Everybody really thought that my little ornaments were super cute. And I finally got my Holy Guacamole Scarf made, and I made it into a cowl. So successful week as far as that stuff goes. I can't believe it's so close to Christmas already, but here we are. So I hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you were in the States, we just had Thanksgiving, and now I had a snow, last week sometime we had some snow for 2 days, and so that was really nice. I didn't get any pictures this time around, but we've lived here for 20 years. When we first moved here, every snow got photos. Every single snow I was taking photos, but it's like, it was new and exciting then. Now it's just same old, same old. So, all right, guys, that's my video for today. I hope you're doing well. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you. Bye-bye.